Good morning, welcome again on The Wire. You're tuned into COVID-19 Bulletin. Today is the 1st of July. India reports more than 1,800 new infections again today, and over 500 people died in the last 24 hours. More than 5.8 lakh people have tested positive across the country. More than 17,000 people have died and over 3.4 lakh people have recovered. Tamil Nadu has once again become the second worst affected state in India. It has been reporting more than 4,000 cases every day for the last 3 days. The total case load in the state has crossed the 90,000 mark. Tamil Nadu's capital Chennai recorded the highest single-day increase of around 2,300 cases yesterday. Delhi recorded more than 2,100 new infections yesterday, taking the infection tally in the city to over 85,000, while the death toll from the disease rose to 2,600. The number of containment zones in the city also jumped to 435. Cases in Uttar Pradesh have been rising. The state recorded almost 700 new infections yesterday, taking the total state count to over 22,000. UP also reported a record number of recoveries according to official figures. Around 700 people were recovered in a single day. Bihar reported over 300 cases yesterday. This is the state's highest single-day spike so far. The total case tally in Bihar is inching towards 10,000. Karnataka reported over 1,000 new cases, taking the total tally in the state to over 14,000. According to State Health Department, a wedding ceremony in Patna appears to have set off the biggest infection chain in Bihar so far. Officials said that the groom was running high fever, and 2 days after his wedding he died and his body was cremated without conducting a COVID-19 test. In the last few days, more than 100 people have tested positive in Patna district. The official said that the groom was a software engineer based in Gurgaon and had returned home for his marriage in the last week of May. A few days after ceremony started, he showed symptoms of the disease. A top official from the International Monetary Fund said yesterday that the main risk to India's growth forecast is the continued spread of the COVID-19 pandemic. Recently, the IMF in its report projected Indian economy to contract by 4.5% in 2020. This is the slowest Indian growth rate that IMF has in its record since 1961. Speaking to PTI, IMF's Director for Asia and Pacific Department said that the pandemic and the lockdown have put severe impact on industries and services, so the decline in GDP points to a decline in both manufacturing and construction sectors. Britain's Medical Regulatory Agency has approved the resumption of a trial testing of hydroxychloroquine. In absence of a controlled trial, it is speculated that HCQ prevents health workers from contracting the virus. Britain's medical regulatory body had earlier suspended enrollment into the trial after a paper was published last month that suggested that there was an increased death risk related to hydroxychloroquine. The trial had previously found that hydroxychloroquine did not prevent deaths among people hospitalized with the virus. The WHO also suspended its own trial into the drug. But in a statement issued yesterday, Britain said that it is resuming the trial to determine if hydroxychloroquine can indeed stop infections of the virus. 7 months into the coronavirus pandemic, over 58 lakh people have been tested positive across the world and more than 500,000 people have died. The United States accounts for a quarter of all those deaths. Meanwhile, the European Union is set to prepare a list of 15 COVID-19 safe countries for travel. The WHO Director General also said yesterday that the pandemic is not even close to getting over. More than 180,000 people worldwide tested positive in the last 24 hours. A 103-year-old Sukhna Singh Chhabra recovered from COVID-19 in Thane yesterday. He is India's oldest ICU survivor of COVID-19. Chhabra's 86-year-old younger brother Tara Singh was also infected. He spent days in the ICU and has now been shifted to a ward. He is awaiting discharge from the hospital in a couple of days. After 103-year-old Chhabra's swabs were tested positive, he was admitted to KMFT hospital on the 2nd of June. Hospital staff told the media that it was patient's own determination which helped him fight COVID-19 at this advanced age. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please subscribe to The Wire's YouTube channel and hit that notification bell button to receive updates whenever we put out a new video. We will see you tomorrow. Until then, stay safe.